Hello everyone and welcome to Craftworks. I'm Antriana King and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. Today I am going to be making a sympathy card using the Very Versailles stamp set. For the sentiment I'm going to be using Happy Thoughts, the Thinking of You. I'm going to be using a 6x6 card blank with a 5 inches by 5 inches white layer. I believe this is 2.5 inch square of Misty Moonlight and a 1/2 inch piece of scrap. I'm also going to be using from the Dragonfly Designer Series paper, one of the dragonflies that is punched out using this really cool punch, and 2 circle dies, one slightly bigger than the other. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move that out of my way, and I'm going to get my stamp platform, just creating a little bit of space. And what I want to do is I'm going to be using the text stamp for this, and I want that to come down here. So I'm going to use smoky slate ink for this. I haven't really lined this up to see if it's straight, and you can see that I've not put backing on these stamps yet. I've had them for a long time. Now I'm just looking to where, so I'm just going to place that there and not move it. Ink it up again. So this is a bit of a cheat. If you don't have a block that's big enough for your stamp. There. Pop that one away and move that to one side. I'm also going to be using this stamp, and I'm going to use Misty Moonlight ink. And what I want to do is I want this to come across like that. And I'm just going to ink this up. And close that down. Didn't get a very good impression on this side, so I'm going to put it on again. That's better. And then I'm going to do the same as what I did before, because I want it coming up this way now. So I'm just going to pop it down there. That moved ever so slightly. Actually looks quite nice, really pale as well, but and I shall take that one off and put that there. So far this is what we have. So next up, I'm actually going to cut. No, I'm not. I'm going to do this piece first with the navy blue. Sorry, Misty Moonlight. So what I'm going to do now is with my trimmer, I'm going to cut from one corner to the other to make a triangle. And I'm just going to create like a small border on each corner, like that. So the easiest way to do that is to have a look there, hold it into place, turn it over, pencil line, and this is where we're going to put our glue. I actually find it easier to make sympathy cards when you don't need them. You're not emotional about it. So that's that corner done. And then the same again on this one. You want the borders roughly the same on both sides. Ooh. And flip it over. It has suddenly got really dark. I'm hoping that you can see okay. And yet when I look out the window, it looks really sunny. And pop that there. Okay, that's not particularly straight, so I don't think that's going to come off. So now what I'm going to do is, with this one, I'm going to cut a circle, but it's going to come off of that edge. So I want a bit of a hole there. And then this one, I'm going to cut a circle in the middle. Okay, so I'm just going to go over to my die cutting machine and cut that. Okay, so those are our pieces. So now I'm going to get my blending brush out, and I've got my Misty Moonlight ink. And what I'm going to do is I just want to add a little bit of colour. So I'm just going to tap it off. And I think I'm going to start with the smaller circle and gently brush some of that colour on. And now I'm going to do all of the white space as well. And it's going to be really subtle because the white back of the card is going to make this pop. So we can pop the ink to one side for a second. So I'm going to bring in my card blank and it's going to go like that. Now with my 1/4 inch strip, I'm going to pop that across there. But before I move on, I want to do my sentiment because I want to find where I'm going to position it on here. So I'm using Thinking of You, Misty Moonlight ink. Does need re-inking, this one. I've used it a lot. I love this colour. And I've got the tailored tag punch. I'm just going to pop that in there. Like so. So I think that will look nice over this side actually. So what I need to do is stick this strip down and trim it off. So this is a bit of a scrap challenge for me. I have lots and lots of scraps, and my mission is to not waste anything. I am very wasteful as a crafter, and I have a massive scrap pile that is full of good intentions. I think I want that about there. So I'm just using the grid paper to help me line this up. I'm going to take my snips and just cut that piece off. And now I'm going to bring back my sentiment and I'm going to roll it in the ink. You could cut another Misty Moonlight tag and cut it in half to give it a blue border, but I actually like to use the ink because it gives you a very fine and not so perfect border. So just like that, and I'm going to position that there. You can pop this up on dimensionals. I'm just going to use liquid glue for this. And I'm making sure that it's straight on the grid paper. Just like that. So now I'm going to stick this piece down. And you see the blue, it's so pale you can't really see it, but once you put it up against the white background, it really pops. I just think it looks really cool. So, and I'm just putting the glue all over the back. And I'm just going to pop that in the centre. And then my circle is going to go in the centre here. I'm just going to run that across my ink as well to give it slightly darker. Just like that. I'm just going to pop that in the centre there. And my dragonfly is going to go there like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put glue in the centre of this so that the wings can stand up. And there we have our finished sympathy card. I know that these are never nice to make. They're generally easier to make when you don't need them. And I think that the sets that I've used look brilliant for this type of card. So if you give it a try, I would love to see your pictures. So thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll see you soon. Bye.